Just a little bit later here in the end. Message went out to the referee, belatedly. In goes Hannah Blundell. Kirby, and here's Katie Chapman, the 33-year-old, who won altogether in her Arsenal days, 6 league titles, 3 FA Cups, the UEFA Cup. Actually, of course, the WSL. Tidying it up. Should be Flaherty. Started 18 of their last 19 games in all competitions. Very solid, that Chelsea back four, Lucy.
Yeah, I think I said before the game that the important thing that Emma Hayes did is bring in a goalkeeper like Lindahl, who just offer that confidence to the back, because the back four are very good. They've got stronger and stronger as the season's gone on, but they've got a good goalkeeper now, and that really, really affects them. And, you know, they've been pretty solid for the majority of this season, but it just helps when you're building your attacks, because they've got probably one of the best attacking 4 players in the league.
A lot of Arsenal connections in this Chelsea side, and of course Emma Hayes herself went as assistant coach and academy director for Arsenal's Ladies for a couple of years, from 2006, 2008, 11 trophies all in all. Kirby launches it high, Chapman's underneath it, forward towards Emma Kelly, very quick, energetic player from Middlesbrough, into the centre of excellence there, touched away by Kirby, signed earlier this season after her World Cup success. Gemma Davison looking for Kirby. The flag has stayed down, has it? No, went up a little bit late. Frank Kirby, the most expensive signing in WSL history, called offside.
Yeah, I think you can see the way Chelsea, I mean, she was nowhere near offside, was she? I just think the assistant ref might be a little bit nervous as well, but I just think that just shows the quality of Chelsea going forward, and they can get the ball forward in 2 or 3 passes because they have the pace up front and to hurt Sunderland.
Raised by Mike Desborough, but you can see that one of the Sunderland players was playing her on. The back for Sunderland, I haven't mentioned her yet, Tori Williams made a real difference to the side this year. She joined from Doncaster Bells. Running at the moment in a title chase in WSL 2 with our very own Sue scoring one yesterday and creating one. There's Rachel Furness, good player, away towards Kira Ramshaw, who's tricky, technically very good, got quick feet.
You can see there how Sunderland work. They work really, really hard, high tempo. I think it was Abby Joice who was closing the keeper down. It just makes the defenders have to play it quicker, but they will work hard. I can guarantee that tonight.
Haven't won since the end of July, 4 games ago. They've lost back-to-back WSL games. They've never lost 3 in a row. Chelsea have won 4 in a row. They've never won 5 in a row. Chelsea supporters need a little bit of cheer at this moment in time. This will bring the women's team the double. The men's team are suffering and stuttering from calamity to calamity at the moment. Kirby making the run in behind. Aluko arriving and was brought down. It's a free kick. Got bags of pace, the England striker.
Sunderland back 4 all looked at the assistant referee there to see if Frank Kirby was offside, and it was a foul. They thought their line was straight, and Frank Kirby had just ventured offside, but just the pace of Aluko down that left-hand side causes problems. Defenders decide to dive in, and by that stage she's gone past. The ball's gone past, and you've got to bring her down.
Steph Bannon was drawn out wide. One serving player is the Sunderland captain. The Fahey is up from the back. Chapman tries to lose her marker. Same to the far stick, and Chili Flaherty was there with a header that dropped wide. G. Pushed away by Drew Spence, London girl. Scored a couple early this season away at Bristol. From Fulham. Really good start here by Frank Kirby. By Vicky Greenwell. She retires after this. She's a site manager for a civil engineering company, and with Sunderland now in the WSL, she just can't afford the time needed to train and the travelling required, and sad day for her in many ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, she'll definitely enjoyed this season and successful seasons that Sunderland have had in the last few years as part of.
Come very strongly to regain and hold on to the left fullback position as the season's gone on. Getting good crosses as well on occasions. She looking for Aluko. Chapman's on the edge of the penalty area. Really bright start this by Chelsea. McDougall was back. Touch and it's cleared away, but Sunderland under real pressure here. First season in top flight football, and I think they've consolidated very well. That's into Chapman, she's in behind, but the ball slipped away from her. And there comes Hildegan Olsen.
The type of formation that Chelsea play does require midfield runners. Often Katie Chapman goes past, but she's capable of scoring goals as well. The front four are quite capable themselves, but when we've got midfield runners, it just causes a problem for Sunderland defence.
Potential rules, by the way. Sunderland's other keeper has joined Sarah McFadden and Hayley Sharp on the treatment table with knee injuries, and considering they're very experienced players and they've been out for most of the season, the latter two, they've done tremendously well.
They have a way of playing, Jonathan, Sunderland, and it's worked. I think a couple of teams have worked them out since.
Now, Aluko's in behind Abby Holmes, who was struggling to get there. In comes a cross, and it's 1-0. G gets the goal for Chelsea. They've opened the scoring inside the opening 7 minutes. It's their 10th of the season in all, and Chelsea take a great stride towards clinching their first title.
Sunderland just cannot keep up with the pace of Aluko down that side, playing the ball in behind. She just got pace to burn, and she managed to be able to pick out who she wants in the middle. It just needed that quality touch from G, just taking it past the keeper. It's exactly what Chelsea wanted. The further it had gone on 0-0, the more nervous, and this is exactly the start they required.
Very important goals last week at Liverpool. Scored in the cup final. 4 times the South Korean Footballer of the Year. Puts Chelsea ahead in front of the men's captain and Chelsea legend John Terry. Big supporter of the Chelsea women's team.
Yeah, not just while they've been doing well. I saw when we played Chelsea a few years ago, he came with his daughter plays. It's key, and you know, if you want to see the club as one big family, then you know that they need the support of people like him.
Well, once upon a time when they needed kit, John Terry made sure they got that kit. It's a good claim. And we had her away by Claire Rafferty. Part of that successful England group. Mark Sampson, the manager, is here today. You'll hear from him at half-time. Here's the table as it stands. Chelsea will be champions tonight. Pushed forward there by Blundell. Chelsea founded in 1992 by fans. They were allowed to keep the Chelsea name by the club, run under the guidance of volunteers. They were affiliated to the men's club in 2004. Emma Hayes was appointed in June 2012. She replaced Matt Beard, who's up at Liverpool.
Sunderland just need to get a little bit tighter all the way around the pitch. They're trying to play that line and play offside, but the likes of Frank Kirby and Aluko can hold the run, give them a yard and still get past. So you've got to be really careful the way that you defend against them. Really positive start from Chelsea though.
1-0 to Chelsea. Had it been 0-0 here and Manchester City had won by 3 goals to 0, the teams would have finished level on points, on goal difference and on goals scored. It would have gone to a playoff under FA regulations.
I for one am glad that's not happened, Jonathan, because I didn't want to get my calculator out today. Worked it out.
Manchester City now have to win and hope Sunderland come back into it. Away by Steph Bannon. Holmes across on that far side. Back-to-back WSL 2 and before that Premier titles. PE teacher. Rafferty got to feet. Still up a player. Aluko's been caught there. Referee producing the advantage. Cheat. Away to the very speedy Fran Kirby. Katie Chapman making the run. It's a beautiful ball to her. Katie Chapman. Aluko playing well on that left-hand side. Saw the run in from the right by Gemma Davison, who scored 7 goals this season. Switched well by Annie Aluko. Clever player, clever lady, lawyer.
That's all the work from Chelsea, all the positive stuff come down that left-hand side. They seem to be targeting Abby Holmes. She's a good defender, but she struggles with the pace of Aluko. They've obviously looked at that and targeted it before the game.
The 3rd World Cup finals this summer in Canada. Annie Aluko. Katie Chapman. That's a lovely ball up to Kirby. She's taken it very well. Slipped between the 2 centre-backs, and it's a goal kick. And Chelsea playing some good stuff here as they close in on their first ever WSL title.
Sunderland really can't deal with the movement of pace. The front 4 of Chelsea, they need to try and get hold of it in the middle, because they can compete in the middle. A great touch by Fran Kirby. Just came off Bannon and back onto her and out for a goal kick. Good movement.
Great strides in the last 11 years. Chelsea, from being funded by the Football in the Community Department, champions of the Southern Division in 2004-05, founder members of the WSL, Cup winners this year. Notts County 1-0 at Wembley. First cup final to be won at Wembley. The game is growing, striding every month, it would seem, to a brighter future, Lucy. But I just think that the WSL still needs to maybe have more teams in the top flight, have a more cohesive league programme. What do you think?
Yeah, more games. These teams need more games. You know, they're up at the level, they're professional, but they just need to be playing more throughout the season.
So I'm going to have a corner now. It's a good play. With that. A good World Cup. 4 games there. To Germany. Strong challenge. Furness went in low. Good tackle for the 3rd spell for her at Sunderland. She was advised to quit. Great story. She had a double knee operation when she was a Newcastle player and told to stop playing football. And she carried on going. Another international from Sunderland, actually. Chelsea lead Sunderland by a goal to 0. Manchester City goalless with Notts County. It's Chelsea's title very much now to lose. Rafferty. Aluko. Here's Furness. Out of play.
Chelsea's front 3 are just staying up there. You know, they're just taking that risk and playing more forward than they are defending wise. So they need to be really careful they keep hold of the ball and they've got possession, because when they lose it, they've got a problem at the back.
Drew Spence. No great pressure on there, but Chelsea didn't use the ball greatly.
See, the thing about Chelsea have got to keep their eye on Beth Mead. Any sort of opportunity, she will score a goal. You know, she's a real threat. So a team that counters like Sunderland, she's the threat, she's the outlet, and wherever she is on the pitch, they make sure they get the ball to her. But they've just got to get that possession right.
So to the left at the moment is Beth Mead, 19-year-old. Fantastic scoring record. Last year 15 goals, the year before 30, the year before that 29, 86 goals altogether in 4 seasons. There's Katie Chapman, had a good World Cup. This is promising. Emma Kelly. And the drive by Rachel Furness. Chelsea leading by a goal to 0. And Manchester City take the lead against Notts County. Tash Harding with a pass. and in by Paris, Nikita Paris, and Manchester City lead Notts County by 1-0. So it's as you were then at the top of the table. Chelsea still with the 2-point advantage. 32 they'll have now, and the 3-goal difference advantage. Same situation as we were at kickoff. It's well used from McDougall towards Joice. Talented player, Joice, and they're making only 19.
Bannon, she got a little bit close to G. She just tends to pop up in holes. The midfield picks her up. Or one of the centre halves goes forward. Not happy about the award of that free kick.
Manchester City get another one, and Sunderland draw level here. That the players will be aware of that. They say they're not going to give the information. They'll find out. They somehow Rafferty into the box. It'll be interesting to see how composed they keep themselves then. Here's Joice towards Mead. Good defending. Decent defending indeed. Forced ever wider. The teenager. Great pace. She's got a good eye for goal, hasn't she?
I think we just get players that just natural goal scorers, and they don't need that many opportunities to score, and Chelsea were really aware of that, both Flaherty and Fahey at the back, because she's got a hat-trick against them earlier this season, so they'll know exactly what she can do.
Champions-elect, or suddenly league leaders in peril? No, Chapman with a good header away. Here's G, the goal scorer. A sensible release. Forward by Fahey in towards Chapman. With a shout from the Chelsea bench that Sunderland player was coming into a right shoulder, out by Davison. Good pressure on a 28-year-old England international. And, spelling the USA, had 4 clubs over there. From Liverpool. And of course, Liverpool won the title on the last day of last season. 2 names on that trophy, Arsenal's and Liverpool's. 2 trophies out today, the real ones here. Here's Aluko, great run by Rafferty. Or is it the real one? We won't know, will we? Got a play. Rafferty's claiming it did.
Rafferty's a stalwart of this club. You see when it wasn't so good at Chelsea. Great left-sided player. Usually plays left back, but can play a bit further forward. She's had 2 really bad knee injuries, but she's fully committed to everything that she does and defends very well.
Emma Hayes, big day for her, but she still had thoughts for a family friend. Manager of Chelsea lost a friend, Ricardo McDougall, last week, and she's organised a collection here today. Too late for him, of course, died very suddenly, but his 3-month-old daughter Eva has the debilitating charge syndrome, and there are buckets going around the ground. It's very well done, Emma, everyone at Chelsea. Katie Chapman's involved in that as well, helping out. Lucy, if people want to donate to that, they can get in touch with Chelsea Ladies here at Wheatsheaf Park. And with Staines Town, who got a win at Billericay yesterday in the Ryman Premier, sit 12th on the table. Joice for Sunderland. Good run by Beth Mead. She had to time that well, Flaherty, and did.
So what the initial touch from Beth Mead inside there was top quality. Give it and then go. Just couldn't get to it in front of Gilly Flaherty, but she just causes problems with the running and the movement.
Another join from Arsenal, having won altogether 6 league titles, 5 cups on the UEFA. Still the one goal in it then. Certainly one of the players of this season again.
It's a great ball in, but just a deft touch from G, just to make sure it goes past Olsen in the Sunderland goal. Classic finish, and she's pleased about that. She's a real popular member of the Chelsea ladies team. Especially she's got the first goal, even more popular.
The World Cup finals in the summer for South Korea, for whom she's got 39 goals in 78 games, won every other game. Scored in the finals as well, for the penalty spot, if I seem to remember. Great time over there. It was a terrific tournament. It was a very friendly tournament. Players easily approachable, and the management very approachable. Lucky enough to do 7 men's World Cup finals, and that was the first women's World Cup final I commentated on, and it was a really refreshing experience. FIFA profile was low, maybe understandably, keeping a low profile. Here's Davison, good run, crossing towards Aluko. High into the Chelsea half. Ginny Flaherty's off after it. Racy that for the Chelsea goalkeeper, had to readjust. Raced out by Fahey. She was under pressure as well, and Sunderland will be ready to pick them off if they do make a mistake. Joice was very quick to get forward there and support. So too was McDougall.
It's the first time really it's gone down Gemma Davison's right hand side, and she shows what she can do. But I think you just see from that Sunderland will get to the Chelsea's defending third very, very quickly if they're allowed to. Beth Mead just puts the defenders under pressure. They cannot afford to make any sort of mistake. And there's 2 centre halves or push that many players forward. Just put the ball at risk a little bit there.
Great ball by Blundell. Davison. Lovely turn by G. Opened up her body to get the pass away, and then it ran away from it. Victoria Williams, good pressure on him by Davison. G. Fahey allowed to bring it forward in towards Kirby. Really good touch, found Kirby, the way she cushioned the ball around the corner. Davison. Blundell with the cross. A little bit stretched, Sunderland. Can they get it away this time? McDougall. Here to Joice, quickly on to Beth Mead. Needs support to arrive on the right-hand side. It does now. Kira Ramshaw getting forward. And Aluko tracking back well. But now Holmes for Sunderland. If they score, that will set the cut amongst the pigeons.
They're doing all right here, Sunderland. They're staying in the game. They've just got to stay in the game at 1-0. And they get themselves an opportunity whether that's a mistake. You see Aluko tracking back there. That's part of her game. It's really come on in terms of helping this Chelsea team defensively, getting back and just defending against Ramshaw there.
Oh, lovely touch by Kirby around the corner. Hit the ball, go too far ahead of her there. And Hilda and Olsen can clear it away. Kirby back to a good football by Chelsea. Shaped to bend it in, but ballooned it wide, but it was a lovely approach football.
A good give and go there, G's always moving, very difficult to defend against, but the finish really wasn't one of her better ones. And Sunderland, like I said before, just need to stay in it. Before they defend well on the edge of the area. They're getting a little bit more on the ball going forward in the midfield areas, but Chelsea are definitely on top going forward.
There's the details of the Women's Super League show tomorrow for you at 7. And then we have the FAWSL Continental Cup semi-final live next Sunday at 5:30. Aluko. Davison. Goes for goal. Former title winner with Arsenal back in 2012.
She's not afraid to have a go at Gemma Davison. It just opened up a little bit in front of her. Nobody really closing her down and getting her head down. Worth an effort.
Scored 5 in the first 4 games for Chelsea this year. 2 in the last 16. Looking for a 3rd title in all WSL football. She breaks between the lines and they can't deal with her. Here's Davison skipping beyond the left back. Tori Williams is drawn out wide. I think that hit Vicky Greenwell. Davison, good first half. Edged away by Steph Bannon. Rafferty to Aluko. That's a corner kick to Chelsea.
It's a real period of pressure down either flank. Just dangerous plays. Aluko down that left-hand side, and if they don't go down the left-hand side, they go down the right-hand side with Gemma Davison. Again, causing problems with the trickery and getting the ball across.
Chelsea leads Sunderland by the goal to 0. G got it. Manchester City 1-0 up against Notts County. Nikita Paris with that goal. Face paint is on. They're looking for celebrations tonight. Not over the top celebrations. School day tomorrow, girls. Not for the ladies out in the penalty area. They're a bit long in the tooth for school days these days, Lucy. By the way, did you see the official write-up of our Sue Smith yesterday, scoring that goal for Doncaster, described as veteran Sue Smith? I hope she's listening. In comes the corner, nearly all the way through. That's on the official WSL website. What do you mean, call her a veteran?
She's been a veteran for about 10 years now.
Chapman with the crossing, looking for Kirby. There's Aluko. Very steady. Fahey. G. Kirby. Very tight in there. No way through. There's a chase for Rafferty. Away it goes. Now, Wednesday, we've got the Vanarama for you. All the shot against Forest Green. Doing well. And Saturday midday, Macclesfield against Kidderminster. Live for you on Saturday. All levels of the game covered right here for you. It's a dangerous moment, though, for Chelsea. Furness can shoot from there. Chelsea quickly blocked that gap. There's Victoria Williams. High ball forward. Ramshaw. Cleared away by Claire Rafferty. Approaching the half-hour mark.
These bits of testing times now for Chelsea. They've got to deal with set pieces. Set pieces might be how Sunderland get themselves back in the game, but when they're only 1-0 up, it's always a risk and a problem.
Concentration the main factor here. Furness attacked the ball, eased away. Decent defending. Cleared away it was by Anna Blundell. Abby Holmes trots across to take it. Furness. And to Victoria Greenwell. Chelsea can break off this now. Anna Blundell. Good covering. Now, we have heard breaking news. Brendan Rodgers has been sacked by Liverpool. in the follow-up to the 1-1 Merseyside draw. He has had his contract terminated and has left the club immediately. Well, I was at Anfield last week for the 3-2 win over Aston Villa, and that victory seemed to have bought him some time, but the pressure has been rising on him, certainly, and just felt as if it was the beginning of the end game. Well, the end has come for him today. The man who may not have satisfied everyone at Liverpool, and in the end didn't satisfy the board, but I can tell you, because I know him well, he put his heart and soul into the club.
It's nothing like the pressure of management, Jonathan.
First game without Brendan Rodgers will be on BT Sport after the international break against Spurs. Will they have a new manager in place then? Traditional time, sad time of the year for managers here, international break. Dick Advocat left Sunderland earlier today. Put forward by McDougall. McDougall a bit deeper at the moment to settle things down there. A few weeks for John Terry and Chelsea, and they have back-to-back games with Dynamo Kiev, starting live right here on Tuesday the 20th of October on 2HD. Very important that the English teams start winning. Otherwise, I don't think it'll happen for next season, but maybe the season after. In the UEFA coefficient table, we could find ourselves dropping, or England could find itself, I should say, dropping a position, and that would mean 3 teams, and that would change the Premier League considerably. It is really important for the English teams to get going this season. And important for Chelsea in these last 12 minutes, Lucy, just to settle down a little bit. They're 1-0 up. They're a little bit nervy in a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and should have been happy with the early goal and the Hayes, but it's not quite been that easy to get the second one. They've shown good movement, they've had opportunities, but Sunderland have done all right.
Lovely ball by Kirby, who's been outstanding in the first half. Davison has kept it in. That one ball shifted the whole Sunderland defence off balance. And Chelsea couldn't profit. Here's Fahey. Missed most of 2013. Need Fahey with a knee injury. Oh, and this is a chance here for Beth Mead. Tackle won by Flaherty, but Chelsea looked exposed.
Yeah, just for a split second, sorry Jonathan, it looked like she was going to take the shot early because I think she saw Lindahl off a line. She did look up, but in the end tried to take Flaherty on, and she did really well. And I thought that was a foul from the... Yeah, I'm looking at it, and the referee wasn't going to give it. And she's got a tough night tonight, Flaherty, and knee fight, dealing with just Beth Mead. She's done all right so far.
England youth, England under 23, Beth. The manager watching on if she continues this upward progress. England full internationals not far away, I wouldn't think, Lucy.
No, I think she's been quite unlucky that she hasn't really got herself a cap in the last couple of years, and she's part of this Chelsea back four, really solid.
Ramshaw, cross from that right hand side. Through Spence, that's offside. Well, Mark Sampson, the England coach, who did so well in the summer, will be watching on, the likes of Frank Kirby. Sitting there with Sue.
Sue's trying to get in the squad, look. Laughing at his jokes.
He's a veteran these days.
Yeah, you got to do what you can. You're an old
you're
head.
A veteran. Unopposed, the header away. No need Fahey. Rafferty.
It's a good spell for Sunderland this last few minutes, Jonathan. Kiss of death there.
Aluko. Cheers through the middle. They're out to get it. About to see it for Kirby. Is this the 2-0 lead? Oh, wrong side of the post. And that could have clinched the tackle.
Tell you what, I think everybody in this place, apart from them behind that goal, thought that was going in. Just cannot believe it. A really composed finish. And we just thought, and ended up playing Frank Kirby in. Really composed finish, but he just bounced the wrong side of the post for the majority of the people in this stadium. And Olsen did well actually to put Frank Kirby off a little bit, but see everybody's reaction.
Oh, he thought it was in, didn't he? The little one. Oh, that nearly was as well. Sorry, Williams. Well, you don't often see mistakes from her. She's really made a difference, I think, to Sunderland this season, joining from the Bells.
Really under that much pressure. She just wanted to make sure the ball got back to Olsen. Just putting themselves under pressure now, Sunderland, after a good 5 or so minutes.
She scored against Sunderland in their only defeat last season as they came up into the top flight, stormed up. Important time here for Chelsea. 9 minutes before the break. And the Chelsea bench is trying to get G a little bit deeper and further wide to the left-hand side. Katie Chapman, I think, has tried to get that message across to her as well, but she's now been seen by Beth Mead. In comes the cross. Keeper came for it. Didn't quite get there, though. Hilda Olsen. In the end, it was scrambled clear. She started 5 of the last 7 games. One clean sheet in WSL football. That 4-0 win against Chelsea. Yes. Can't Fairweather. Born in London. Former Wimbledon player. Made 1 game in their cup-winning campaign in '88. Scored in the 3rd round. Broke his leg in that season. Joice couldn't quite control it. Now they could Anna Blundell. Had a very decent season. The young England player, part of the team that finished runners-up in the European Under-19 Championships for France a few years back, or a couple of years ago it was.
Just a little bit of tension just in Chelsea's team at the moment. Just made a couple of mistakes there. Just got to believe in what they're good at.
So important that the WSL can attract the like of G to play in this country. She's had a very good first half, so has Frank Kirby. And she didn't look out of place in the World Cup finals in the summer, young Fran.
It's another piece of movement by her. Just gets in behind centre halves. They managed to get the ball across, but it was right in the 6-yard box, and there wasn't really anybody there. Gemma Davison and Katie Chapman, but nobody really in the position to attack that.
There's G. Bombed out, deflected off Emma Kelly. Now Rafferty. Deep, looking for any Aluko. It's a corner kick to Chelsea.
Greenwell knew that any Aluko was behind. There's not really anything else you could do other than just get a head on it and make sure it didn't arrive at Aluko's feet.
Well, Vicky Greenwell departs after today and says farewell to Sunderland. They've got several youngsters on the bench developed from the development squad. Madeline Hill and Megan Beer. Charlotte Potts, Danielle Brown, Junior International, her first year at the club. Shannon Etherington. Names you might be hearing more of in the future. 6 minutes to go here in the present. So look for Kirby, who scored against Sunderland for Reading back in August 2014. Davison has hugged this line and has played really well in the first half. Again interlinking with Frank Kirby. Skips to the line, in comes across. Thornton header away. Decent clearance out initially.
We've had a physical battle between them two, Drew Spence and Furness. Sunderland, I think in the end, you can see there that just Drew Spence just fair means or foul. Considered a foul by the referee, just a little bit too much physicality.
Brother used to play, sorry Lucy, but Lewis was at Palace and Wickham, Forest Green, I seem to remember. Rushton, was he a Rushton player? This is Frank Kirby. Aluko. Right foot, terrific effort. Screamed wide, deserved better.
I just shifted the ball to the right-hand side, just running at pace. And Olsen there, scrambling across a goal. Whether Olsen thought that was going to just creep in that far corner. It really looked like it, not far wide whatsoever.
Just wide, wasn't it? Scored away at Liverpool. 6 goals this season. 17 for Chelsea in WSL football in all. Chelsea 1-0 leaders against Sunderland. Manchester City 1-0 up against Notts County. So as you were at the start, Chelsea still 2 points clear. Oh, hang on a minute, what's this? It's a Notts County equaliser. Annie Buick with the free kick, and in by Rachel Williams, and it's 1-1, which means Chelsea are just easing towards it. As it stands, they'll win the title by 4 points, but there could be twists and turns yet tonight. If there are, you will be part of the magical mystery ride with us. Well played, Jury Spence. She's covered ground diligently.
A pair of them, sorry, Jonathan. Her and Katie Chapman just sitting in front of that back four, just breaking things up and just allowing that front four to play with a little bit of freedom. That's how they've worked this season, and they just need that and the discipline. Chapman picks up really good positions, and Drew Spence uses her physical attributes to make sure that people don't get past her.
Aluko. He'll come back to her. Lead away by Steph Bannon, 26. One of the Sunderland veterans. What we will, I think, discern from Sunderland is that they have plenty more in this team. Kira Ramshaw, 21. Beth Mead is 19. Emma Kelly is 18. Abby Joice, a 19-year-old, chasing there. Good first season for them, really. I would say exceeded expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've been a surprise package. I think they've been confident in themselves. They were winners. They've been winners for a few years now, so they're used to winning.
She with a drive, deflected. And away off Bannon.
I think you talk about, Jonathan, players playing between the lines, and what they do is they don't stand between the lines, they arrive at the right time, and that timing of movement for G to arrive and pick up balls between the lines, it just causes problems. If she just stood there, she'd be marked. Just drifts in and out of play.
Sunderland's roots lay in a team on Tyneside. Blythe Spartans Kestrels, formed in 1999. A couple of teams came together under the umbrella of Sunderland women. Here's G. Kirby with a cross. And a bounce away for another corner. Off Steph Bannon. I think it was offside. Lovely clear evening for the culmination of the WSL season. Yes, she's... Oh, is she? Maybe leading foot. Julie Flaherty just caught.
Yeah, I think it's really important for Sunderland to keep it just at 1-0 if they can to half-time. I think a second goal will probably kill this game in Chelsea's favour.
All Manchester City can do is win and hope, and they're not fulfilling their side of the bargain at the moment. 1-1 against Notts County. Last 10 seconds of the first half. Williams pushes it out to Greenwell. Just slipped away. Half-time here in London, and the goal from Ji So-yun puts Chelsea 1-0 up. Thank you very much. Yes, Gemma Davison out for the second half. She just had a word with the referee as to why the referee didn't punish Rachel Furness, who gave a little bit of a clump late on in that first half. With actually, it was quite a nasty challenge, Lucy.
Yeah, it was a little bit late, and because of the referee was blowing his whistle for half-time, I don't think he saw it, or he definitely didn't act on it, but Gemma Davison really wasn't happy about it.
There she is, Rachel Furness, good player. Her third spell at Sunderland, saying earlier. Spell in Iceland as well. Sunderland, of course, famously in the red and white striped shirts, black shorts, kicking from left to right in this second half. Chelsea all in blue. There is Furness, put away by Blundell. Maybe, actually, Sunderland coach Carl Fowler has said to his team, just you need to be a little bit more competitive. He showed him a little bit too much respect early on. Here's Aluko to take on Abby Holmes. It's a corner ball for Chelsea.
You just need to keep doing what they're doing, like you say, get a little bit closer. But you see, the front four of Chelsea, they cheat, they stay forward, they don't come back and defend as much as you would expect them to. Now, if Sunderland can win that battle in midfield and just get the ball a little bit closer to Beth Mead, they may cause problems. So it's up to Chelsea to get themselves further in front.
Name there of Emma Kelly, the bottom of your change, only Sunderland change from their defeat against Arsenal. Chelsea unchanged from their win at Liverpool. Look at the pressure in there on the goalkeeper. Very nearly off the post, very nearly number 2. Lee Fahey was in there, may well have come off Rachel Furness last. Well have been an own goal here, sorry Lucy.
Yeah, a real looping corner, and it just Flaherty there gets ahead on it, and it just seemed to go past everybody. He was causing issues. In the end, it hit the post. And a little bit of confusion in the Sunderland box.
Lee Fahey got in behind Rachel Furness and got the last touch on there. But now here's a chance for Sunderland to equalise. Oh my goodness me, it was a big chance for Beth Mead. She is normally so clinical in front of goal. She's scored 11 in the last 10 league games, and that really would have created a stir.
Yeah, this is the mistakes I was talking about. But I'd have lumped my house on Beth Mead scoring. Just the way she puts the ball past Lindahl there. She made herself big enough. A little bit of a wobble, composed herself as goal scorers do. Lindahl did well, she stood up. She just got her angles wrong.
Scored more goals this season than Birmingham have as a team, and Bristol have as a team. Here's Yi. Oh, she nearly got in there. Ji So-yun. Very stretched at the start of the second half.
I don't think either manager will like that. In the end, it had to be Steph Bannon who stretched just to deny Ji a free shot on goal.
Another big season for Ji. Frank Kirby has got a march on the marker there. It's the far post. Chapman got up.
He managed to get, again, a mistake. Actually let Ji in the first place. She gambles on a back header, misplaced header from Williams, but just see Bannon there, just gets a leg. Ends up challenged by her own goalkeeper. She needed to make that challenge, just put Ji off. She did enough.
Tonight's got her 8th in WSL football, her 10th in all this season. Furness, Chapman right behind her. Ji, good ball. Davison. It's okay there, Lucy.
Yeah, I think she just got a little bit of a knock, but what a great challenge that was from Greenwell. Just right at the end of the first half, just as the just followed through there. See, that's going to hurt. She really wasn't happy about it, Gemma Davison, but I think she's just the half-time break means she could have walked it off.
Well, Rachel Furness will say she was doing nothing wrong, that she won the ball cleanly and it was the follow-through. Katie Chapman's just slipped away from a marker down the line. Throw down that line and not in field in that position, which can be so dangerous. There's Abby Joice and Mead looking for the run of Kira Ramshaw, and turned away by the deserving Claire Rafferty. As you were saying earlier on in the game, for any player to have one cruciate ligament injury, it's a severe blow. She's overcome 3 in her career, and to be back playing for England, remarkable. To be playing as well as she did in the World Cup finals, truly remarkable. Sunderland on the attack. That was a rather powerful back header the goalkeeper needed to deal with from Chapman, the captain.
Chapman wanted to get on a head on it first, in the end directed it towards Lindahl, but really troubled it.
Davison's got him behind here, chance for Chelsea. Kirby turns out, lays it back to Aluko, sets herself, stinger. Came off the fingers of Hilda Olsen.
Terrific first-time effort from Aluko again. Good play on the edge of the area by Kirby, just setting Aluko up, and what a blast that was. I've been on the end of a couple of them from Aluko in my career as a defender. Olsen couldn't risk grabbing hold of it.
True Spence and Chapman together, they've patrolled that midfield area so well. Katie Chapman, mum of 3. FA International Player of the Year twice. Rafferty, high through the middle. Came from Millwall in 2007. She was a Millwall first-team player at 14.
With a sister as well, a twin sister, I think used to play centre-half. Moved into central midfield, a really, really effective central midfielder.
Mead. Corner she turned. Fair with it. Looking on. Greenwell with it in. She can deliver a good ball. And up from the back came Tori Williams. One goal this season away at Notts in April. Cultured touch by G. A lovely ball by Aluko and a fine run by Kirby. It just skipped on. As the evening has drawn on, there's a little bit of dew on the pitch. It's got a little bit, just not slippery, but there's a bit of skid on the top surface, and it went on.
And it caught the back four of Sunderland by surprise. And she's always a willing runner. Fran Kirby always wants to get on the end of those sort of balls that cuts centre halves and full backs up. Luckily for Sunderland back four, it just skipped through to Olsen.
Aluko this time looks for G. Put out by Tori Williams. Kira Ramshaw. Lucky there really that Chelsea hadn't pressed high. Greenwell. A good player for Sunderland over the years. Vicky Greenwell, 4 titles with them. And the WSL 2 last year. FA Cup runner-up in 2009. And the Premier League Cup with them. All ends for her tonight. And she retires after this. Rafferty under pressure. Chelsea throw. And they're doing enough.
Yeah, the midfield battle with Furness and McDougall is a really dependable player. You don't know what you're going to get from her. They're doing well against Drew Spence and Katie Chapman. They keep the ball in that midfield and you can battle and fight for it. Just try to get everything on the pitch a little bit closer to Beth Mead and give her another of those opportunities.
Fair weather, appointed in January. Replaced Mick Mulhern, who'd been in charge since 2008, the longest serving women's team manager in England. He couldn't continue because of his job. So Carlton stepped in. This is a good break by Chelsea, too high in the middle though for G, and collected by Hilda Olsen. Region Under 23 goalkeeper. Normally wears her hair long, but not a long ponytail, swishing away.
Can't help but think, Jonathan, a little bit more belief, a bit of Chelsea's belief. If Sunderland had a little bit of that they try to get themselves back in this game.
Davison, well, that got sucked in. Davison's away and into the penalty area, and it's finished by Kirby, and Chelsea had the buffer they needed. Chelsea 2, Sunderland 0. The tackle is coming to Chelsea, and with it the double. 55 minutes gone, and it's exactly what they needed to settle the nerves. And that very talented young England striker gets the goal. Chelsea 2, Sunderland 0.
Well, they've been doing it all night, haven't they? They've been getting down those channels, whether it's Kirby, whether it's Davison, whether it's Aluko. This time it was just the pace. You could just see the back four of Sunderland. It's just easy for Gemma Davison to break the offside trap. And just when she gets running at defenders, she's a problem. Just there. I mean, Sunderland were complaining that it could be offside, but I think she was level. I think she did a run right. Fran Kirby, in the end, it was probably one of the most simplest goals, but a really, really important one.
Slipped across to her, slithering in. She made it 6 goals this season since joining from Reading.
And I don't think that was offside. I just think that they could see.
Puts Chelsea 2-0 in front. 8 appearances for Chelsea, 6 goals. The goals keep coming for her. Top scorer in the FAWSL 2 this season. In 5 games for Reading prior to joining Chelsea, she scored 11.
She had to move, didn't she, Jonathan? She had to move to a WSL 1 club after the World Cup. She'd done so well, just to continue her progress. I know it was a real wrench to leave Reading. She'd been there since she was a little girl, but this is obviously the place for her. Terrific club. Chelsea, just like Man City, the way that they have the women's team alongside the men's team.
Great emotional ties to Reading as well. They had helped her through personal heartache. High ball into the middle, looking for Ramshaw. Rafferty was there. Out the claim comes Lindahl. She slid in there. She caught back Mead.
I'm saying about other teams looking at her, Jonathan. You know, for next season, you know, you want those goals in your team. It might be the difference between 5th and 1st place.
Liverpool losing at Bristol Academy 3-1. Arsenal, you saw that 1-0 up. They had faint hopes of still finishing second. It would have taken a miracle for them. And confirmation of that Manchester City scoreline. As it stands at the moment, any twist and turn, you'll see and hear it all right here. Just behind Kirby, cleared away by Tori Williams. Everything, of course, you'll see in the WSL highlight programme tomorrow, 7 o'clock on 1 HD. Chelsea are going to make a change. Millie Bright's going to come on to Drew Spence.
Like for like this, Jonathan, Drew Spence, Millie Bright, both combative midfielders, and just alongside Katie Chapman, just helps her do what she does. Strong player.
Physically imposing in that midfield area, Millie Bright, 22-year-old. Played in the 4-0 away defeat to Sunderland back in July, and played in both of Doncaster's games against Sunderland last season. Finished second, of course, the Bells behind Sunderland, missing out on promotion, but they're up this season. She's on for a 22nd appearance this season in all competitions. Davison, Kirby, and Aluko's in the middle. G further across, Aluko darting towards the ball. Oh, it's a great effort! What a terrific goal to settle the title race! Chelsea surely now about to be crowned WSL Queens, champions of the land, and a goal befitting of any title race. A terrific strike by a terrific young player. Kirby gets number 3. It's turning into a spree for Chelsea. Just onside. Flag stayed down. Lovely finish.
Yeah, I mean, terrific. She had a great night. Just there, she's just looking for that inch or so of space. left-footed. Olsen had no chance right in that top corner. And she's had a terrific, like I say, she's a great young player. The mini Messi they call her, and you can see that she just keeps the ball so close to her. Great control, equally good finish.
G. Maybe now on a hat-trick.
She's on hat-trick. Good friend. What did we say this morning?
Sunderland do now. 7 minutes between those two Van Kirby goals. And their debut against Birmingham. Had a terrific start to this season with Reading scoring for fun in the opening games. Scored a hat-trick in the Continental Cup win against Millwall back in August for Chelsea.
Great challenge that was.
And we get the cross in here through Kelly. 2,710 here in the crowd. The crowd at Manchester City, by the way, the Academy Stadium there. It's a wonderful setup they have. 3,183. That's a record for them. And it really is, if you can get to a WSL game, a lot cheaper for a start. And it is well worth it, because the game is utterly mobile. Women's game in England. Just applause there. I think they got out the crowd figure. Very well done.
The thing is as well, Jonathan, you actually can get close to the players. They will sign autographs afterwards. So, you know, when you bring in your children and young girls, daughters that aspire to these players, you know, they can get and chat to them and they'll sign autographs, and, you know, it's all a really inclusive club.
And though he has his critics, so will he. I've been there many occasions when John Terry's taken time out to sign things for people, donate shirts, sign boots to charities. There's his critics. And the Chelsea critics are enjoying themselves at the moment, but there'll be a sting in the tail of this season yet. Sunderland into Abby Joice. He'll do a sting in the tail of the WSL season. Not at 3-0 for Chelsea. Flag raised there for offside. Panorama action coming up for you. Aldershot Town against Forest Green on Wednesday night at 7:15. It's on 1HD. And Macclesfield against Kidderminster Saturday midday. And the Panorama to the Champions League, the WSL, Premier League. It's all right here for you. Terrific fun to be involved in it all. By Abby Holmes, resolute defender. G, elegant touch. Rafferty scoops down the line for Aluko, forced off it by Holmes. Away by the Sunderland Norwegian goalkeeper. Signed for Mana Bjornar early this year. They missed out 12 months ago, and the pictures of a distraught Annie Aluko, I think, will stay with many of us who know her for a long time, and she will be joyous tonight. Here's Flaherty. Away to Davison, who's maintained that width and given them good shape throughout the evening. It's a lovely run. Should be a candidate for player of the match, I would think.
She's really added. She's always been quick and get past players, but she's just added that final ball. Some of the final balls and assists and goals that she scored are incredible.
WSL title winner with Arsenal and Liverpool, and now with Chelsea, it would seem. Aluko through the channel, went too early. 23 minutes to go. Born in Lagos, Nigeria. England regular, of course. She played at Euro 2005, having taken an exam that morning in school. I can't remember whether it was biology, I think it was an A-level.
Tell you what, she'll want to score tonight, Jonathan, without a shadow of a doubt, just to cap off the season in the league.
Very approachable, very likeable. That's what struck me very much about being close to the England squad in the summer. Williams up there from the back to give some height. Good header away, firm, determined by Chile Flaherty. I think it must be said about Sunderland, all the talk here is about Chelsea and winning the title. They've given themselves a good account of themselves. And Victoria Williams is in there. It's a good punch away by Lindahl. Terrific account of themselves this season, Sunderland. They will need investment, and they will need 1 or 2 new players coming through. They're just about to make a substitution, by the way. On she comes, for Kelly. An opportunity to establish herself in FAWSL 1. Said can't fair weather when they signed her, and then push on from there. Piedmont United it was against Wexford Youths. Fantastic goal. James Rodriguez actually won the award. She was nominated though. It's a foul by Annie Bright.
Good battle between these two. And a couple of challenges. Pretty much equal now. One hard challenge each. Both fully committed to the cause. Their team winning the ball back. And I just think that Annie Bright just put her body in the way and it's going to hurt.
This could well be an effort on goal. To Greenwell. Decent header away by Fahey. 2 centre-backs have been very good for Chelsea. I think actually it might have been Hannah Blundell who got it away, but all 4 Chelsea defenders have been sound. Some of the pressing here. Beth Mead. Greenwell. 4 on the edge of the penalty area to hit. Sailed on to Hedvig Lindahl in the goal. G. Aluko's running behind. Williams just got there. Used to play at Chelsea for a little while. Tori Williams, she played 4 games in 2012 for them. Here's Abby Joice. G. Davison. Holmes have got forward from right back and she can't get back. Is G into Aluko, she's offside.
That's good interchange of passes there. Chelsea, just that last one, Aluko just wandered. I mean, from that angle, it did look like she did drift. It was equal and level with Bannon. It's difficult for the assistant referee to see. Aluko didn't think so.
Perfectionist, isn't she, Annie Aluko? She, as you said, want to score.
Oh yeah, I mean, the Chelsea back 4, and 2 sitting midfielders want to keep a clean sheet, and Aluko want to score.
Decent ball out here towards Ramshaw. Went for it, deflected off Rafferty. Haven't tested Lindahl that often.
Oh, it's not a bad effort. I think the spin of the defender helped, but solid in goal. Solid in goal. All season, Lindahl. That is one of the big differences between them this year and last year.
She's scored for just under a year since she left it against Meiwald, and took them up. Rafferty into the box. Oh, dangerous low cross. razoring through the 6-yard area.
A great movement from Claire Rafferty in the first place. You could just see her there bombing on, going around the inside, demanding the ball off Davison. She could have gone down there, doesn't happen. Gets a great cross in.
Only improve in terms of fitness with a second season in the WSL. More players coming full-time. Davison trying to cross it away, headed out by Greenwell.
The danger the rest of the WSL teams have got is trying to keep up with Chelsea and Man City. Both, I'm sure, will improve in between seasons before next season. It's up to the rest of them, Arsenal and the like, to make sure they stay with them, because there is a danger that those two will compete out for the title and the rest for third place. So that doesn't happen, because the WSL has been really competitive since its inception.
Headed down by Bright. Running through the middle is Beth Mead. Trying to link and trying to get the ball through to her. She was already racing away from the defence. Furness tried to push it into it. Rafferty beaten in the air there by the taller Kira Ramshaw. Right. Davison. Switch to the left. Dangerous crossing, looking for Aluko, just over.
Aluko's smiling there. She's smiling because she didn't really score that many with her head. She saw that coming over, and a great cross from Gemma Davison. Realised she just had to stick her neck out and try and get some direction. She sees the funny side of it.
She, whose goal put Chelsea ahead early on in the game, departs.
A really important goal for Chelsea, scoring early. I would expect someone like she to finish that really well. Technically excellent. One of the players of the season for Chelsea.
And a terrific reception for her. The 2014 WSL 1 and 2015 PFA Player of the Year awards. She's replaced by Laura Coombs, 24-year-old from Gravesend. Regular this season. 23rd appearance of the campaign in all competitions. 13th in the league. Here's Kirby. Look away to the right-hand side. Gone for it with a cross shot. Just pushed away by Hilda Olsen.
She's a long way out, Aluko, but like I say, she's will be desperate to score tonight. Just saw the opening. She also had to make the save and sees that corner.
Plays short. Here's Kirby, went to bend it. Ended up, but not put it away. That originally was Ramshaw. Tori Williams. Very nearly came up into the commentary box. I was going to put a name on it, or just leave it for you to head up.
Take your headphones off and head it back then, Jonathan.
Rafferty will take the throw then. Part of the London Olympic squad, Team GB, though she didn't play. Economics graduate. To make another change. Charlotte Potts is going to come on, part of their development squad. I think Abby Holmes is struggling a little bit. The right back. Here's Fahey to turn it away. Just the one slip that nearly let Beth Mead in. Very talented striker and goal scorer, young Beth. That is Abby Holmes who departs. 5 minutes ago she went forward and she couldn't get back.
No,
and she's been replaced by Charlotte Potts. Big night for her from the development squad coming in here.
Yeah, it's great. It's great for her experience. Holmes had a tough night. Her right side and Chelsea's left have really attacked at pace down that side, but good for Potts. Great experience here at Chelsea.
Missing some big names. Kelly Sharp out. Players like that. Now this is interesting. Chelsea going to give a first league run up this season to Hourihan. Head out here to Davison. Last game of last season, she had to come off and she went to hospital. Made 18 appearances last season for the club. And wasn't there. They lost the title, of course. Tears were shed. And last WSL appearance, that 2-1 away defeat at Manchester City. It cost Chelsea the title. And our first appearance of this campaign will be here as they lift the title. The 2012 FA Cup with Birmingham. Right. Sorry, Williams. And here's Ramshaw. Cleared away by Julie Flaherty downfield. It'll be another title for her then. Third, having been so successful at Arsenal. And Fahey likewise. Interesting that Chelsea have gone down that route, bringing in former title winners.
Yeah, I think when you're a winner, you know, that'll help the squad. The likes of Kate Chapman, the likes of Gemma Davison, their experience will, and Julie Flaherty at the back.
Oh, that's a mistake by Fahey. And rescued by Lindahl, the goalkeeper.
Tell you what, Lindahl's been equal to anything. Sunderland has not been much. She's managed to get in the way of everything so far.
So far, not Beth Mead's night. Kirby, can she now get through the edge of the penalty area? Tori Williams running with her, did enough in the end, although she looks very, very tired. This is a lovely moment for Chelsea.
I think it was a referee that just put, in the end, Fahey's back pass wasn't strong enough. Lindahl was really quick off the line, really good goalkeeping.
Lovely moment because it's Hedvig Lindahl. And a touching moment here for Marie Hourihan then. Had to go off in that game a year ago at Manchester City. On she comes for her first league appearance of this season. All 6 appearances so far this campaign in cup competitions. Aluko. Chelsea, of course, will then take the next step up, Champions League football. Will stretch their resources and their squad. There's Chapman. Captained the team very well. Mistake there, though. Mistake by Fahey. Steph Roche. Wraps a foot around, gets a good cross in. Very nearly the substitute goalkeeper beaten before she touched the ball. It's a lovely header by Beth Mead coming away from goal. Yeah,
technically, Beth Mead is really, really good. When the ball comes to her at any height or any angle, she just knows exactly what to do with it. It's good work down the left-hand side from Steph Roche, and she manages to get a good ball in, but just the body position there, she nearly beat Hourihan. If it had been the right angle, terrific header. And Hourihan's quite a tall girl as well.
Fahey, Aluko. Kirby behind Tori Williams, who does look tired. movement of Kirby and Aluko, and also Gemma Davison wearying for those defenders. They've been pulled out of position. Chelsea have dominated possession, which means Sunderland have been chasing the ball, chasing the game, having gone behind so early on.
It's difficult for back four. They did well, keep it at 1-0 for that long, and then as soon as it gets to sort of 2 or 3, you tend to feel a little bit more tired than you actually are as well.
Kirby. Right. Chapman. Davison. Still going. Cleared away. No nonsense clearance by Steph Bannon. Fahey. Roche can't get beyond the covering Hannah Blundell, who's played well. Furness. Mead. Joice is arriving on the edge of the box. He might find her now. Looks for her. Away by the covering Chelsea skipper Chapman. She couldn't burrow away into the box, Abby Joice. Good dribbler, the England under-19 international. Mead has stayed wide. Roche. Well, she's gone for it. What a good effort. Well, the world saw what she could do from range with that spectacular goal in Ireland, and she wasn't far off there.
Hardly any backlift whatsoever, but she's still got the power. Just the direction was a little bit off. And received the ball, again, limited backlift. Hourihan struggling.
Terrific effort. First season in WSL football, of course. Only a 7th appearance, only on the losing side once. Signed from Houston Dash. Did have a great time out there, actually. We played a couple of times in the USA. Kirby nearly in behind again. Chelsea will have to wait just 5 more minutes. Mead. Furness. Ramshaw making a run to right-hand side. Just held on to it too long. Plays so well, Katie Chapman in the midfield for Chelsea. Aluko, big crossfield ball to Davison, one of the passes of the night, that. Davison inside the young substitute. Lovely 1-2. Davison, beautiful goal! Classic team goal to settle it all. Chelsea were beaten at Sunderland 4-0 early in the season. They've got their revenge here in style, and they've clinched the title to the applause of John Terry, the Chelsea legendary men's captain, with a 4-goal line drubbing.
They've been doing it all night, haven't they, Jonathan? She deserves this, Gemma Davison. She runs that in. It's always this little give and go. You know, she gets away from defenders and they just can't stay. They've got to stay with her there. Winning on goal, and what a great finish. Olsen couldn't do much about it. Gemma Davison's a good player.
Will take over from Liverpool as champion. She studied at Liverpool Hope University, did Emma. Here's Davison. Back to her. Blocked off there by Tori Williams. It's Aluko. And Olsen got down well. Quick release. Here's Aluko. Chasing back. Togetherness about this Chelsea group, team spirit. And I think you'll see that in a little demonstration, well, not demonstration, an exhibition of their togetherness in a few moments. If it happens, I won't spoil it for you, but they've been given permission to do something down on the bench to celebrate the title success. Roche. It's Aluko. Bright. Settled in there since she came on. Tori Williams wants to come back on for Sunderland. At the moment down to 10. Davison.
She was tough. Tori Williams coming on. Bad challenge. Bit of a bruise. She's dragged herself back on.
The joint goes dead, doesn't it, on impact? I mean, I think immediately fear the worst if it's any sort of knee problem.
Of course, she's doing it. The pain obviously wore off while she was laid on the floor, but she's a determined campaigner. She won't want to let her team down. Getting down to 10 players.
Header on by Bright. Emma Hayes watching her team by the second get closer to the title. Memorable night. And chase there between the Sunderland substitute, Shannon Etherington.
She's so valuable, Kate Chapman, to Chelsea. She's still going to nearly 94 minutes, and she's going back and making a sliding tackle down there. She's determined that they keep a clean sheet and win the league in style.
Potts will be hopeful of more than a cameo role next season in WSL football in Sunderland. A few people thought when they came up that they would struggle. Being the manager, Mark Sampson, saying earlier on that other people thought they'd be in that 8th place, occupied by his former club Bristol Academy. He took the FA Cup final. This is a lovely run, by the way, into that penalty area. And Potts and Etherington can certainly expect more games next season, I would have thought. Done well, Sunderland, I think. Not tonight, they almost here as uninvited guests to the party. Tori Williams is in there. Taken away by Chapman, who's had such a strong game. And again will be candidate for player of the match. Along with Davison, along with Kirby. I think she's led by example, Katie Chapman.
She always does. She necessarily shouts and screams at people, but the way she plays, she gets people playing. She's infectious.
Here's Aluko. Kirby's in the middle, and on a hat-trick. And Aluko into the penalty area. Aluko! Goalkeeper smothers. Coombs, Bright, deflected. And Aluko so determined to get her goal on the night. Fran Kirby waiting for the hat-trick goal, having put Aluko in.
There's no way on earth is any Aluko going to pass this. I'm not being. She's a goal scorer. She wanted to.
From the bench position, warming up.
Every time he turns his back, they stand back up again.
He's lost, believe it. He's lost the argument. There's a good run forward by Blundell. When it comes to Lucas, she's offside. And more goals. And less goals conceded than anyone else. Moments away. Bright heads forward. To Flaherty. Blue is the colour. Champions are their name. Chelsea, double winners in 2015. They have added the WSL title to the FA Cup. It is the first time they have won the WSL. Last year there were tears and players inconsolable after losing out on the last day. Chelsea are champions.